Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is a presentation on Snakey Frenzy, Gamification of Introduction to Linguistics ITL for Foundation in English Language for CFS IIUM students, and the code for this presentation is C0098. And before we start with the presentation, I would like to share with everyone the team members for this presentation, which are consisted of hardworking and passionate instructors who would want to change the course of gamification in making sure that the effective learning among students, especially in linguistics. This is me, myself, Anis Izzati binti Ismail, with my friends, Madam Madiha, Madam Nabilah Diana, Miss Izdiha, as well as Mr. Wan Ahmad Khairi. When teaching language in general, for example, English language or Arabic language to second language learner, they have been effective, they have been fun, they have been interactive with students. However, when it comes to foundation in English language students, they have to dig deeper and understand further the theories in linguistic subjects. However, it is saddening to see that when teaching linguistic subjects, a lot of instructors are still using traditional teaching and learning methods. Hence why this is the background of the study, that is to increase the implication or the application of gamification into the teaching of linguistic subjects. Other than that, we would also like to increase students' motivation, which is the most important thing when it comes to students, to increase their understanding as well as application of linguistics in real life. Other than that, we have also found, based on IUM student feedback survey report on question number 14, my instructor uses innovative and effective teaching and learning. However, it did not accumulate 100% marks. Therefore, we would like to address this situation by providing gamification as a method to teaching and learning linguistic subjects. Other than that, this game, Sneaky Frenzy, can also be used for commercialization purposes, as the game can be used for other pre-university matriculation institutions. This is the product of the game Sneaky Frenzy that have been designed for foundation in English students. And as for the sampling for the students for this research, we have used the convenience sampling, the students of the 2023 and 2024 intake, and they're all students of basic English language students at the Center for Foundation Studies. So it is important for us to use an example or use the sample from students who have already studied Bachelor of or basic English language subject. So, out of all games and different games that we have nowadays in social media and so on, why did we select Snake and Ladder game? Number one, it is because the students are very familiar with this childhood traditional game. Hence, the impact towards the program or towards the activity, we would not have to spend much time, or the students need to spend a lot of time to understand the game, hence allowing for more time on the activity and learning process. Before we conduct the game, we conducted a pre-survey questions, so which is very important to set and to understand the students' preconceptions of the game. And the questions that we asked are the students familiar with the concept of gamification? And unfortunately, and it is represented in the result, it is evident that the students are equally familiar and unfamiliar. This is probably due to the second result. Instructors rarely applies gamification in linguistic sessions, hence why they are not familiar with the concept of gamification. However, students in these pre-survey questions, they are optimistic about the effectiveness of gamification in linguistic studies. As we are able to eliminate the process of understanding the game, we are able to go straight to the gamification process itself, which is the most important part in this activity, that is to enhance students' understanding. To enhance students' understanding, we divided the questions into 3 levels: easy level, medium level, and hard level. And all of the questions are accumulated and they're all banked in our question bank, and they are consist of questions from phonetics, phonology, morphology, as well as grammar. And after the gamification process, we have collected the results from the students, and the majority of the students find the session as fun, impactful, as well as engaging. Although the time is somewhat consuming, what we found that the students are motivated and focused throughout the session. And this is something that is interesting in the findings of the research, where students expressed that they find working in teams as a positive motivating factor while playing this game, and at the same time understanding the concepts of linguistics. When asked how many times should gamification be practiced in linguistics lessons, and the students answered that it should be conducted, especially during revision purposes, and if possible throughout the semester by the instructor. This could help them understand the lesson well, and it is also recommended by student players to use gamification as part of linguistics lesson for its fun and interactive element. This sneaky frenzy game is sustainable in a sense where it can be used by different instructors with different students from different years, and it is also sustainable in a sense that if there are new research findings on linguistics in the future, it can be easily adapted to this sneaky frenzy game. We received few recommendations from students as well as instructors, and the students suggested that the time spent should be on the weekend to allow more students' participations, and to use the students themselves as the human counter, as well as to lessen or to increase more time for easy or difficult level questions. And we also appreciate recommendations from instructors whereby they suggested that to project the questions to the screen to ease students' understanding as well as reading, and to have more questions or more variety of questions prepared in the question bank. Thank you so much for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.